there's a multitude of ways to connect with consumers using digital communication. And so if you're not utilizing one of those methods, there are going to be consumers that you're missing out on. Good morning, insurance agents of the senior market. Welcome back to Near and Far. Flying solo today on Monday, January 18th. Glad that you took the time to start your day with us today. So we've been doing a lot of talk over the course of the last maybe week to 10 days about first quarter marketing. You know, how to set your goals, how to try to build effective lead campaigns, how to try to generate business through referrals, all pieces of that plan that's going to help you connect with your existing consumers, find new consumers, and really grow your business. But one of the things that we haven't yet talked about on any of those previous episodes is social media. So if you haven't seen any of those episodes that we've done on goal setting and driving referrals, certainly want to subscribe to our page to make sure that you're getting that content as soon as it's available. But again, on those previous episodes, didn't really talk a whole lot about social media. And that is certainly something where when we think about how to generate leads, is an emerging market for many of us. So, and there's lots of options. There's lots of different ways to connect with these consumers, be it on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or heck, even TikTok. That's another one that my kids are on TikTok all day. I don't know how many of your Medicare consumers might be on TikTok. We might be surprised. But there's a multitude of ways to connect with consumers using digital communication. And so if you're not utilizing one of those methods, there are going to be consumers that you're missing out on. But of all of these methods and ways to connect with consumers over the age of 65, Facebook really has proven to be that best option. And I think the reason for that is that when we look at the statistics of who is using Facebook is, without question, the number one most utilized social media platform for consumers over the age of 65. My mom and dad are on there all the time. I'll be honest with you, I got a little bit tired of my dad posting political stuff about vaccines and why can't I get mine and, Trump this and Pelosi that. A little tired of it, but nonetheless, they're active. And my parents are in their 70s, so the consumers that you're looking to hit are on Facebook all the time, connecting with old high school friends, looking at pictures of their children and grandchildren, and at the same time, searching for information. So if you didn't catch a previous episode of Near and Far that Rob and I did, we actually talked a lot about the new leads that AARP has enabled agents to download through their UHC Jarvis tool. But if you didn't catch us talking about that, why don't we take a quick look about that just in case you missed it.
It was like that, and now here we are during the middle of AEP 2020, and our agents can put out advertisements on Facebook with the AARP branding.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a great opportunity to turn up some mid-AEP leads. I mean, as you talked about in the video from last week, it might be too late to get mail out and and drive some more volume, but having access to really, really high quality ads in the Facebook and the social media space makes a great way to drive that business.
So that's just one example of the types of things you can do on Facebook to try to get in front of consumers, get your brand and message out to them. But maybe you haven't started a Facebook page. Maybe it's not been a piece of your business. So jumping right to those AARP Facebook lead pieces to drop into Facebook, maybe that's not the right place for you. Maybe you need to figure out, how do you start? Going from obviously number one, where you're starting, to be able to effectively communicate with your clients and generate leads from Facebook. Let's talk about a couple quick tips. We're just going to hit 3 of these real quick to kind of help get you moving in the right direction to utilizing social media to help build your business. So the first thing, and I know this from personal experience, is to build a posting calendar. Those of you that are familiar with the Neishloss and Fleming know we've been very, very engaged on social media this year, but that wasn't always the case. In looking back to our history prior to January of 2020, we weren't really doing a whole lot on social media. Maybe it was like, hey, here's pictures of our Halloween party and our funny costumes, or hey, here's a picnic that we did, or oh, here's pictures from a sales meeting that we did with some of our agents. But we were not engaged in regularly putting out content to our agents that we do business with. And what really turned it around for us was establishing a posting calendar where we determined every day we were going to have this many posts. We laid it out a week in advance, and we stuck with that. And certainly our experience has been in terms of agents becoming interested in new products, and also knowing more about the products that they have access to through their contracts with us. That has absolutely made the difference in terms of us being able to utilize Facebook as a way to more effectively communicate with our agents. It will be the same for you with your consumers. But you have to build a calendar, you have to be regimented, and even if it's once a day, you don't have to post 3 times a day, but just being regular and being diligent about, I am going to put something out once a day to communicate to my client base or to people that are maybe thinking about me as an agent, makes you credible. The second item that's very easy to do is you've really got to maximize and update your profile page. And this isn't a really huge thing. Like, we're not talking about having a professional photographer take photos of you, or do any sort of crazy stuff, but it's make your profile page, number one, current. There's a lot of times where I may be out of town, I'm looking for a restaurant, and I get onto their Facebook page and all of the information is from 2010. Am I likely to go to that restaurant to get a rack of ribs? Probably not. Making sure you have up-to-date information on your profile page. Have an up-to-date picture of your office or of you doing a meeting, something along those lines. But you want to make sure that all that information is complete and up-to-date so that when a new consumer or one of your existing clients who hears about your Facebook page goes there, they feel like it's something that is reputable. You would be surprised that minor changes to your profile page will bear dividends in terms of the people that are following you and receiving your content. And lastly, neither of those two things matter unless you have an audience. It's like the old saying that if a tree falls in the woods and no one's there to hear it, doesn't make a sound. Well, we had certainly talked about that in terms of our social media accounts, that if we're posting all this information and none of our agents are connected with us, why are we doing it? Who's listening? And the answer is you have to have people to receive your message. So once you've built a posting calendar where you're going to be regularly putting out content, and you've also maximized that profile page, you want to get your page in front of your current clients. Just like the referral episode that Rob and I did, I believe it was last week, talking about your clients are your number one biggest advocates for your services. Get in touch with your current clients. Let them know, hey, Bob Smith Insurance Services, now on Facebook. Follow us for regular information and content. You start there, and then all of a sudden, it may be that you've got Joan Wozniak is sitting at the McDonald's having a cup of coffee and a biscuit with her friend Laverne. And Laverne's saying, oh, I wish I had an insurance agent who would talk to me like your relationship with yours. And she said, oh, my insurance agent's on Facebook. You should follow him. Check out his page. And that's how it all starts. It's connections happening all over the place. But start with your current clients. Get out to them either in a newsletter, if you're doing a newsletter, if you email your clients. If you're having a client call with them and just say, hey, I'm not sure if you're on Facebook or not, but you may want to follow me. But you need to, again, be in a position where there is an audience for the upgrades to your social media account. And then ultimately, once you have regular content, maximize that profile page, and you have an audience, then you'll be in a position to start driving revenue through your business social media account. So those are just kind of 3 quick tips on getting started, getting moving in the right direction in terms of utilizing social media to build your business. understanding that so much more of our world is being built upon digital communication. If you are not utilizing email, website, social media to not just communicate but engage with your current clients and prospects, you're going to start to see negative impact your business. So don't let it be negative. Make social media a positive for you. So thanks for joining us again today. We're going to close out the show today. We will see you again on Wednesday, January 20th at 7 a.m. Can't wait to be with you. I'm Bill, and this has been Near and Far. Thank you so much. Have a great week.